I'm Connie Carter, and you're watching Cause for Paws. This is a very wonderful show today, and I'm glad everybody out there is joining me. We have wonderful little doggies up for adoption, and today what we're doing is we're focusing on certain ones. In fact, today we're going to focus on senior dogs. Well, not so much senior. They're 7 years and older. And the reason I'm doing that today is because if you're 7 years or older, your adoption fee is waived down at the Prince George's County Animal Shelter. So this is a wonderful opportunity to give a loving, precious little animal a forever home, and you get to save on your adoption fee. So I think that's really, really great. But before we get started in showing you these wonderful little doggies, I want to just share with you a little bit of information about what Cause for Paws has been doing. As you know, we still do a lot of trap, neuter, and return in the city of Bowie and surrounding areas. We are trying to find grants to help us with the funding, but that's still something that we're looking for. We're busy doing different fundraisers, and this one isn't even a fundraiser. It's coming up. This one is a wonderful project that we do every year, and it's called the Kennel Comforter Project. And every January, a lot of volunteers get together. We have donations of fabric and batting. So we'll have fleece, flannel, let's see, regular cotton material, and then we have the roll batting. In other words, we make little little comforters for the animals down at the county shelter, and they're for cats or dogs. So if you're interested in being a volunteer and helping with the project, you can be a planner, you could be a cutter, you could be a sewer, you can be a delivery, you can be whatever. There's always things that you can do. So packaging, we do a lot of stuff. So, and it takes place over a period of a month. So every week we do something different. We go through the process. And it's a lot of fun. And then at the end we have a big celebration party, and we look to see all of the comforters we made, and then we take them down to the county and do a presentation. So we're very excited about that, and we hope that somebody out there would like to volunteer with the Kennel Comforter Project. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So we still do a lot of trap, neuter, return, and it's unfortunately there's so many feral cats or community cats in Bowie still, and we're still trying to spay, neuter. So if you need help, please call us or email us, and the email is causeforpaws70@yahoo.com. There's a lot of cats that need help with trap, neuter, and return, and we do spay, spot. But, and remember, spay and neuter your pet, because you don't want any kittens and puppies, because there's a lot of homeless animals out there that need homes. Okay, enough of that kind of talk. I think we're ready to see some wonderful little doggies. And this time, this show is focused again on doggies only. By the way, Webster is let's see, right here. There's Webster. Webster is available for adoption. That picture was taken when he was like 8 weeks old. He's now 3 months old, and he is an absolutely stunning kitty. Come see us at the PetSmart. We're there every fourth Sunday of the month in the Bowie PetSmart with the adoptions. We'd love for you to come and pet a kitty. They're wonderful little kitties. They always need petting and loves and kisses. Okay, without further ado, let's get on with our first doggie. Her first doggie that is available for adoption is Bo. Bo is ID number 380152, and he is a neutered male, black lab and retriever mix. And black lab retriever mix, now the picture may look like he's a little bit brown because some of the coloring is a little off, and some of these pictures aren't the best. So if you see a picture that you think you might like, I'd say call the county shelter and make an appointment to go down and check these out. And then this one is about 3 years old, and he weighs about 61 pounds, which is a really good size, and he's not going to get any bigger, so he might gain a little bit weight, but he's wonderful. He's been at the shelter since the beginning of December. So the shelter staff, they always like to write comments, and I love to read them because they deal with these doggies every day, so they get to know the personalities. This one is active and a happy boy. He can be dog selective and is too much for kitties. He would do best in an active home as the only pet. See, that's very important to know because some of these doggies don't do well around other animals or around children or men or ladies. So these people at the county shelter, they do a great job of evaluating. And I want to say hi to V because she does a lot of the evaluations and she does such a great, great job. They take great pains to try to figure out what's going on. Okay. Hannah is next. Hannah is A406979. That's her ID number. She is a spayed female and boxer and Labrador Retriever mix. She's 9 years old, so that's one that the adoption fee is going to be waived. She's about 73 pounds, and she is a special needs dog. She's been at the shelter quite a while. She's sweet, spunky, with orthopedic and arthritis challenges that require daily medications and periodic injections, and a cushy bed. Hannah is very loving. Her dream is to be your constant companion, but maybe not for other dogs or cats. Her liquid brown eyes will melt your heart. Minimal steps, please, and frequent walks of only 1 block. If you would like more information, call the animal shelter at 301-780-7201. Hannah is sweetheart. I took that picture actually. This is the only picture I took of the animals down there. Okay, Kara, ID 410480. She is a spayed female, brown and white Labrador Retriever mix. She is about 4 years old and she weighs 83 pounds. She's been at the shelter since July 31, 2014. And she's also a special needs dog, well-behaved, playful, and loving. Kara will be the perfect companion for a retired person or couple. Friendly with everyone, including children, dogs, and cats. Impeccable habits and gentle demeanor. Kara only wants to be your devoted companion 24/7. Requires daily thyroid medication and a special non-allergenic diet with supplements and a full-time love and attention. So Kara's one of those special needs, but she's a real sweetheart. Now I want to just point out one thing. For those of you who think that dogs get euthanized as soon as they come in, you have just seen 3 that have been there for a while. So please just go and see them. Okay, Bamboo, 433237. She is an unaltered female, brindle and white Presa Canario mix. She is 1 year, 2 months old, and she weighs 45 pounds. She's been at the shelter since the beginning of December, and she is also available for adoption. She is really, really good. Okay, so right now what we're going to do is we're going to take a break, and we're going to be right back. So pay attention to this PSA. I think it's very important. Stay with us. If you allow 2 dogs and their surviving offspring to breed for 6 years, in that time you'll have produced 67,000 dogs. If you allow 2 cats and their surviving offspring to breed for 10 years, in that time you'll have produced 80,399,780 cats. Please help us end this tragic overpopulation problem by spaying or neutering your pets. Each day, 70,000 puppies and kittens are born in the United States. As long as these birth rates exist, there will never be enough homes for all the animals. As a result, millions of healthy, loving cats, dogs, kittens, and puppies face early death as a form of animal control. Others are left to fend for themselves against automobiles, the elements, animals, and cruel humans. What can you do to stop the suffering? Please spay or neuter your pet. to prevent more homeless animals, because they are a cause for Paws. Thank you. Hi, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that PSA. It's an extremely important one, and you will hear me touting it from here till the dogs come home. PSA, spay and neuter. Okay, we're going to keep on going with our doggies today. We've got lots of them. Apple is our next one. Apple is a neutered male black and tan min pin or miniature pinscher mix. They're tiny. They're like tiny. Well, this one is not as tiny, 21 pounds. And she is a male, excuse me. He is 9 years old, so there you go. The adoption fee is waived, 9 years old, because this one is over 7. And he weighs 21 pounds. He's been at the shelter since November 25th, 2015. Folks, that's almost a month. So they're not put down as soon as they come in the door. Please, don't worry about that. They try to find loving homes for these doggies and kitties. The information is not, they don't give any information on this, but I know Apple is a very, very sweet dog. Min pins are very, very yippy, some of them. So, you know, they like, they're very active. So if you want an active dog, that would be a really good one. Mickey is the next one. A434463. And by the way, I'm reading these ID numbers. So when you call the county shelter at 301-780-7201, you can ask for Mickey, and especially use the ID number, because that's really the easiest way for them to track them. Mickey is a neutered male black and white American Bulldog mix. And he is about 7 years old. Once again, the adoption fee is waived. Oh, it's so exciting. And he's already neutered. Don't have to do that. So that's great. He is 71 pounds. Now, American Bulldogs usually get a lot bigger than 71 pounds. So he's a small American Bulldog. 71 pounds is a good size. That's not really too big. He's been at the shelter since November 27th, 2015. He is, and this is the caretaker commenting, Mickey is a very polite and gentle boy. He'll lean in for attention and give you soft kisses. I love that when they lean in. I used to have a Doberman, and he was a leaner. Some dogs are leaners. Dobermans are leaners. American Bulldogs usually are leaners. So, and 71 pounds, I think you can handle that one as a leaner. Soft kisses. Oh my gosh, that's got to be wonderful. Polite and gentle. You can't beat that. And look at those eyes. Look at that face. Oh, gosh, they're so cute. He's a good one. You need to go see him. Okay, Mac is the next one. Mac is A434469. Mac is a neutered male, white and black Shih Tzu and Yorkie Terrier mix. And he is 12 years old. Waiving the adoption fee on that one. How wonderful is that? And he's only 14 pounds. He's a tiny little thing. That would be a great dog. I mean, come on now. He's probably a good lap dog or a cuddle bun, I'll bet. He's been at the shelter since November 27, 2015. So again, folks, that's a month. So come on. These people try to find homes for these doggies. Please, please, please understand that. So he's a sweetie pie. I have a Terrier Yorkie, Terrier and Schnauzer mix, which is about that size. And I'll tell you something, I love her to death. She's so sweet. So you need to go see Mac. He's a good one. Okay. Zandy is the next one, 434585. She is a spayed female, black and tan Rottie. Now the ears are really down, so it doesn't, and I don't think she has, the ears aren't up, but they usually perk them up when they want attention. She's 9 years old, approximately, so again, the adoption fee is waived. She weighs 81 pounds approximately. They try to weigh them when they come in. So that's a good size for a Rottie. And she's been at the shelter since December 2nd, 2015. So Rotties are wonderful doggies. They are very sweet, lovable doggies. They're big, they're protective, but they're very family oriented. They usually love children. And I'll tell you something, when you go down there to look at some of these doggies, they will, part of the adoption process is that you need to bring, if you have a present animal, you bring the animal in for what's called an interaction, because they like to make sure that you get the perfect dog, and they'll ask you all kinds of questions. Please don't be intimidated. All they're trying to do is give you the best animal for your situation. We don't want any returns. We want them to be happy forever homes. You need to adopt with the idea that this is a lifetime thing. So anyway, okay, Chi-Chi is next. Chi-Chi A434752. And she is an unaltered female, red and tan Tibetan Spaniel mix. Oh God, that's wonderful. She's 12 years old, and that means the adoption fee is waived. She weighs approximately 11 pounds, and she's been at the shelter since December 5th, 2005. How wonderful Chi-Chi is. She's a really good dog. A Tibetan Spaniel, that's a great dog. You need to go see her. Okay. Whew. I am so exhausted. This is really, we're going through a lot of doggies, and there are even more down there that I haven't even covered. Okay, so let me ask you a question. We're going to take a break, and I wanted to ask you a question before we take a break. Have you moved? Do you have to move? Do you have to give up your pet? Have you lost your house? Have you found out you're allergic to your doggie or your kitty? Before you surrender your pet, I want you to look at this PSA. Stay with us and be right back. Before surrendering a pet, please consider some very important facts. If you or a friend, neighbor, or coworker are thinking of giving up a dog or cat now or in the near future, we urge you and others to please consider this before you do. Summer and pre-holiday have the highest volume days of strays found and owner-turned-in pets. This high volume lessens their chance of being held long enough to find an adopter. Cats have lower adoption rates than dogs. Before surrendering a pet to any shelter, please consider what is best for your pet in the long run. Things to consider. If you cannot take care of your animal any longer, please try to get help from friends and neighbors. Advertise to find him or her a good home directly without placing them in the shelter. Or contact local rescue groups. Sometimes when you reach out during a transition or crisis, you'll be surprised to find that there are people who will help until you can take care of your pet again or will take the animal. Be aware that the Prince George's County codes state that once an owner voluntarily surrenders a pet to the county, there is no mandatory hold time before the animal is euthanized. Shelters try very hard to place pets with new owners and often do hold pets for considerable amounts of time. But when volume or other issues come into play, there is no guarantee that your pet will be held long enough to be adopted. Your pet would prefer to get less attention during periods of moving or longer work hours until the economy or your situation improves, rather than losing you. Remember that work and family situations will eventually change. Hang on to the animal you committed to. Once the pet is no longer in your hands or those of someone you know, you cannot know how his or her life will be. Shelter should be your last resort in placing your pet, only after you have tried all other options to keep them or place them directly with someone and know the pet's future. Thank you. Welcome back. I am so glad you stayed with us because we've got such wonderful doggies, don't we? There are so many more down there that need forever homes, and I hope that if you don't see any of these that you like, you will go down there. And also go onto PetHarbor.com and look up the Prince George's County Shelter. That's where you'll see all of their doggies. Oh, by the way, we're on Pet Finder. Cause for Paws is on Pet Finder, where you see all of our kitties that we have. And I keep adding more. So keep checking back. And if you want to see any particular cats, give us an email and let us know if you're looking for a particular type of cat. We may have one. Okay. Without further ado, we're going to introduce you to Barney. Barney is A434807. Barney is a neutered male tricolor rat terrier mix. Oh my gosh, rat terriers are so wonderful. Very high energy. And this one is about 7 years old. So again, the adoption fee is waived. He weighs about 20 pounds. That's a good size. It's a nice size for him. He's been at the shelter since December 7th, 2015. He is very cute. He's very sweet. You can see, it's not a really good picture of him, so he looks like, I'm going to get you. But they don't. They come in and they take these pictures within like an hour after they come in. So they're not at their best. So a lot of times, if you're interested in a small rat terrier mix or you think this one might be for you, go down there, but call first. Make sure the dog is still available, and then go down there and have a personal visit. Okay. Here we have Sadie. Sadie is A434894. Sadie is a spayed female fawn pit bull terrier mix. Now, I know what you're going to say out there. I'm going to take a minute to explain to you that even though we have advertised a pit bull terrier mix, it is unfortunately illegal to have a pit bull or mix in Prince George's County. However, this show airs outside of the county, so I want you to know if you live outside of PG County or you know somebody who lives outside of PG County who's interested in this adorable doggie who is very sweet, please have them contact the county shelter. Sadie is about 7 years old. Again, the adoption fee is waived. She weighs about 43 pounds, and she's been at the shelter since December 9th, 2015. A sweet, sweet little doggie, very gentle, very loving, and she needs a home. And until we overturn the pit bull ban in Prince George's County, we are going to have that problem. And we are trying, if you're interested in following what we're trying to do to overturn that, because it's not the dog, it's the owner. The owner, these are some owners that are very irresponsible, and they train any of these dogs to be mean and attack and vicious. So we need to have stronger laws and enforce these laws. Oh gosh, I'm getting on my soapbox, aren't I? Okay. Email us if you want to be put on our email list, and I'll keep you up to date on what's happening with the legislation. Timba is next. Timba. Timba is A435269. Timba is a neutered male, brindle and white Presa Canario. Presa Canarios are big dogs, big, powerful dogs. This one is about 9 years old. Adoption fee is waived, and he weighs approximately 85 pounds. He's been at the shelter since December 18th, 2015. Now, let me tell you a little story about dogs. Any dog that you adopt, you need to take it to a training class, obedience class. You need to make sure you are the alpha. You will hear me touting that forever. You need to be the alpha anytime you have a dog. Anytime. I don't care if it's a little tiny dog or a big dog. You take it to obedience class and you make sure that you have control of that dog. Because if you don't have control of that dog, you could get into trouble, because that dog could bite somebody or could attack another dog, and it doesn't need to be that way. A lot of these dogs, they're not taken to obedience class. The owners let them get away with everything, and that's, again, responsible ownership. Please take your dog to obedience class, and if you need help getting some information in obedience training, give us an email or call us. We definitely will. We're there to help you. Okay, Sarah is next. 435300. Oh gosh, Sarah is cute. She reminds me of a little gremlin. She is an unaltered female, white and brown Shih Tzu and Chihuahua mix. Smooth coated. Oh my gosh, she's about 8 years old. Adoption fee waived. I love that. I mean, you gotta love it. She's been at the shelter since December 19th, 2015. Look at those sad little eyes. They just break your heart. She needs to have a forever home. please come and see her. She's so sweet and lovable. I mean, it doesn't say how much she weighs, does it? She's probably about 12 or 13 pounds. Okay, moving right along. Harpo, A432994. He is a neutered male, white and black American Bulldog mix. He's at the shelter staff. He's a young'un. He's about 1 year old, and he weighs about 60 pounds. He is a very energetic boy, as very young dogs are, and he likes to have a good time. He would benefit greatly from training, as all dogs would, and plenty of playtime, which is another thing that all dogs need. Even cats, they need some playtime. You really need to spend some time bonding with your animal. Don't adopt a dog or cat if you plan on, oh my goodness. Oh, that's my sing. I hope you don't hear it, but if you do, forget it. They need to bond with the owner. They need playtime, and that helps teach them that you are the alpha. So please take time to play with your doggy or your kitty. So I think that's it for the doggies today. Did you have a good time? Did you see one you liked? If you didn't see one you liked, then I suggest you call the Prince George's County Adoption at 301-780-7201. If you want a kitty to adopt, we have wonderful kitties, Paws for Paws. Come see us at PetSmart. Adoptions are wonderful. We always think you need to adopt, don't shop. And I want to leave you with the one thing I hope everybody takes to heart. Please spay or neuter your pets to prevent more homeless animals, because they are a cause for pause. Thanks everybody for joining us today, and please come join us again. And remember, adopt, don't shop. Bye-bye, guys.